Hi, I'm Edmund Sim, co-author of The Foundation of the ASEAN Economic Community, which I co-wrote with Stefano Inama of UNCTAD. Our book is a review and analysis of the ASEAN Economic Community, an ambitious program of economic integration in Southeast Asia, first set forth by ASEAN leaders and elaborated in the ASEAN Charter. The ASEAN Charter says that the ASEAN Economic Community consists of a single production base and a single market, and as articulated by ASEAN leaders, should be established by the end of the year 2015. Our book posits that in reality, the ASEAN Economic Community has already been in existence for many years, particularly in the form of the single production base. Primarily, Japanese automobile and electronics manufacturers have operated within ASEAN in a single production base for many years. What is intended to take place by the end of 2015 is the establishment of the single market and an expansion of the single production base throughout Southeast Asia. However, our book puts forth that the end of 2015 is merely the beginning of a long process of economic integration. That's because the single production base so far has been limited to a relatively small number of large companies, and much of ASEAN's industries have not been able to participate fully in the single production base. Similarly, the single market in ASEAN has not really materialized for many industries because of national barriers and borders. Hence, what is necessary in ASEAN is a form of dealing with post-border entry issues. Dealing with such post-entry issues requires that ASEAN needs to look at one of the two models of regional economic integration that have been most successful. In our book, we compare the ASEAN Economic Community with the European Union, which has strong regional institutions to deal with economic integration. We also look at the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA, which instead of having strong institutions, has a very detailed legal text and robust dispute resolution to deal with the issues of economic integration in North America. Our argument in our book is that ASEAN needs to follow one of these two models in order to achieve the full potential of the ASEAN Economic Community. That's because without using either one of these models, or a combination of the two, the ASEAN Economic Community is soon reaching the limits of its institutional and structural capacity to deal with economic integration. So our book provides a series of policy options after reviewing the various problems in the ASEAN Economic Community. These policy options can be reviewed and implemented by ASEAN's leaders over the coming years after 2015. By providing a summary and an overview of the ASEAN Economic Community, our book can also be used as a textbook for training in universities, corporate capacities, and other instances where people want to learn more about the ASEAN Economic Community. And it is our hope that through our book, some of the myths of the ASEAN Economic Community can be dispelled, and that the potential of the ASEAN Economic Community can be fully understood by all the peoples of ASEAN.